aboard Bordeaux, Maintenant, Toulon. And if after these last 2 weeks we don't know whether we are true contenders for the top quartiles or not, well, we will very, very soon. 2 very tough matches in a row, and of course the European Champions Cup was squashed in the middle. You'll see those games in our recap of the group stage later in another episode, but today we concentrate on the top 14. Toulon at home, Montpellier looking to spoil the party as they look to push into the top 2. Bonjour everyone and welcome back along to Montpellier career mode. A bit of a long explanation of an intro there, but this is a huge match for us. It's a tough match, but it's a huge match as well. We take on Toulon. Yep, straight away, that's a tough match to come up against, but this is second versus third, okay? Toulon are in third, we're in second. We've just beaten Bordeaux in first last episode. Today, we look to make it the double and assert some dominance over those top 2 teams aside from ourselves. Of course, with the Champions Cup ongoing as well, that has been our B team, and you'll see in those episodes, or that recap episode we do later on, I thought 1 or 2 guys might be okay to play, of our good players. One of them is now injured, which you won't see in today's matchup, but regardless, we did have a bit of depth in that position, so we've come back to our best 15 that we could possibly name, and it's good to see the likes of Dupont back in the team as well. Khaleesi had a short injury stint. Raka as well on the left wing is so critical to how we play alongside Vakatawa. Those guys are key up against this Toulon, who don't have the big names that we're used to seeing in their side, but you can certainly look out for the good work of Duncan Payal, who we've seen in this competition all 4 seasons, and certainly is a decent little option to have at that number 10 jumper. Their back row's pretty good as well. Tamani, Luckify and Dupre at 8, 7 and 6. And of course, when you've got this man out on your right wing, Gavin Valère, he is fire. A quick look at the benches, and Toulon are more stacked there than they are in their starting lineup. Look at those names: Brooks, Etzebeth, Issa, Takalua, Colby in 23. No one injuring outside back, because as Heslin comes on, he could be a game changer. We've got some Marone, however, as well as a big impact Springbok in Michael Zorlem Pimpi, our impact Italian Minozzi, who has played some European fixtures and been so impressive as well. We will get him later on in the matchup. The rest of the pack replacements the same as always, as we look for a little bit of consistency and look to assert ourselves at the top of this league. Right, we are good to go. It's of course Toulon in the black and red. We're in the blue and black. And we are on the road for tonight's match as well. So Toulon the home side, and Cobanel is the man to get the game underway, as Khaleesi just watches the ball disappear from the ruck. Thank you for that side. It's great work there from you. Real inspirational stuff from our number 7. It's just a gift for Dupre and for Toulon straight off the kickoff. Cobanel with a run, turned around the corner to Gross. We get him over the top of that as well. Slow it down a little bit. Tamani. Strong carry turnover. Frankon does well. Here's Bello. More room than he's seen all season. Raka taking them all on. Head first and to Smiley at the back. No one in the back here as well. Might be worth noting. Down for Fanua, charges on up. This could be the good start we're after. Garano opens up beautifully for him. The forwards keeping all in line here. Khaleesi on the outside. He's got support as well. Vakatawa spills the ball. A try begging to be scored. No one in front of him. And a man so reliable in the pass spills it with such ease. Ball eventually goes back over to Dakari, who smokes us downfield. And Max Malins will have to run it back. He's actually dropped the ball and it's picked up beautifully there from Gigashvili. And the big Georgian prop has got to see 50 metres upfield. Strong carry again from Dupre. Raka holds him up. Now they look to the left-hand side. There's a break as well. Alonso beating the ball in front of him. Saved at the corner there from Teddy Thomas. Malins was left for dust. Alonso, great work there from the left winger. Turnover, Dimba Bumba. And Laumape, nothing he can do about that. The ball squirts up in his face and he gets pummeled into touch. And he's not impressed with that service from Demba Bumba either. Right, that was a long period of play there. 16 minutes, no stoppages. And Sarri throws in. And through the back line it goes. The numbers, Hurtado nicely out wide. And Valère, simple play. There he is. The man we mentioned at the start, a thorn in our side. And always the one to score great tries. Valère grabs the opener. And Toulon lead 5 points to 0. Well, we mentioned him at the start, and it's so disappointing to let him in this easily. Paella did well, through the hands, Daiquiri himself, and then Valère. And we know his pace, we know his abilities, but we just couldn't stop it. Powerless against the Toulon right winger. Now, here is the shot at goal, coming out to take it. And there is a very good shot. Excellent goal kicking from Carbonell. And just like that, an error, a mistake. We should be celebrating with Vakatawa down the other side. But no, Valère, the man, to finish that one off. Back underway we go. Bello kicks it deep. Oh, good revenge tackle there, and a turnover. Laumape, brilliant work. Support line, sensational. Kalexi proceeds. Vakatawa does the job too. So good from Montpellier. And a good portion of Blue fans in the crowd raise their voice for a finish of epic standards. Laumape put in the power, Garado over the top. Khaleesi up the guts, did so well to draw in about 4 or 5 defenders. And Vakatawa will be so disappointed he missed the earlier chance. That one was no way. It was slipping through his fingers. Well, that's just the response we want, really. You couldn't ask for better. Big hit on defence, good work at the breakdown. And then quick hands and a good finish from the outside backs. Just what you want to see. And Montpellier deliver what they've shown most of the season. Bello at the helm. Adding the other 2. It is 7-all now. Toulon's long grind. About 20 minutes to get that opening try has been hit back. And just 3 or 4 by Montpellier. Here's Shioki throwing to no one. Laumape gets another hospital pass. And Placines delivers the layout, long-range kick. And a bit of a run back there too from Smiley. This could be another turnover. Releasing. It's a penalty, even better! Khaleesi, so strong over the breakdown, picks his spot, takes his time, and nails the opportunity. And speaking of nailing opportunities, here is a gift of one for Bello. Just on the left-hand upright. Got a slight breeze going into his face, but it shouldn't be any problem. 45 metres! Bello says thank you very much. And Montpellier pile on the points now, 10 unanswered in the matter of about 8 minutes. 7-0 down, 10-7 the lead. And that is what a team like Montpellier can do. Of course, we know it is what a team, goodness me, they've done that again, that's very poor. A team like Toulon can also do this sort of damage. Inside the 22, Bello looks for touch, finds it. Nice kick his way as well. Finding the right man, finding the corner, and getting it just over halfway. Pressure now on Sarri to nail this throw. This team trailing by 3. Who would have thought that? Dismiss everyone. Oh, beautifully taken there from Tamani. Just picked it up in the gap of the lineouts. And now they maul it forward Toulon. This is good work. Using the power in the forwards. And drawing in our backs. They go the short side. Up from fullback is Snolly. And he did very well there. Easy 10 metres there for the fullback. Now in to the big boys in the second row. Rabaz gets rumbling it forward, couple more metres. Got a little offload there and a spin around. Tiny passing to Paioa, and then Dupree gets in the action as well. Just 10 out now. Coming out. Left side. Flick back in. Here's Paioa. Second carry. Rue was the one who hit it up. Wide pass. Just about there, Dupree. 5 metres short. Coming out. Goes himself. Stunder over the ball very quickly. There goes half time. Now, it's the hooker. Sorry! Too easy! Pushed off two defenders. Always looked like he was going to pass. Ball in two hands. And the nuggety little hooker. Sari goes over. This is very good. There's Carbonell. He pushed it within 5 or 6. Watch this though. Sari gets rid of one. Shows it goes, it steps and gooses his way in. That is a very good try by the hooker. And just like that, Toulon switch it back to their favour. Well, you just can't take your eyes off this game. Long toils met with instant hits. It's Toulon take the lead into the break, 14 points to 10. It's been a half we've seen both sides get chances and throw them away, but also deliver on some big crackers as well. It is 14-10 at the break, and it's Toulon in third position on the table that lead this big matchup for round number 10 of the top quartiles. Yes, it's been evenly battled though. Look at that, 52-48 on possession and territory, switching it over between the two sides. No real stat jumps out and slaps you in the face here. Maybe line breaks at the bottom. Toulon picking up 3, but I'm surprised there's only been 5 throughout the matchup, considering both sides have had chances. Vakatawa's drop ball, which would have been a guaranteed try. Those chances you just cannot throw away. It is still anyone's game. 4 points in it as we head to the second half. We've got replacements as well. Remember that. I'm looking at guys like Minossi who have been brilliant in the European fixtures between weeks, and of course Marco Zulema-Pimpi. We'd love to get him on the field as well. Both of them played on the wing in Europe, and very, very well too. They did play. As it's pick and go stuff at the moment from Toulon. Oh, they get out very, very nicely. Again, the bust away past Malins. It's a big chase here for Dupont, but it's a runaway for Alonso. Malins couldn't get close, and now we think about a change to the back. Just like that, Alonso. There was nothing on here. Alejandro Alonso, this was very good again. Sari, the man, through the dummy in between Dupont and Malins. Didn't have the pace. Malins missed the tackle. He is ghosted. There's no way he can come back from that against a man with the speed like Alonso has. And that is a very good try. Well, and thinking off the kickoff, we might make some changes. We are just 5 into the second half as Carbonell makes this an 11-point lead. Toulon take this match by the gauntlet. This is a great start to their second 40. Well, let's see what changes we can make. Still a long way to go on this one, but we need 2 tries. And I can tell you what, we're going to make some moves. And it's in the back line as well. Malins, that was poor from him. He comes off. And so does Thomas as well for Mapimpi. That right wing is proving a little bit problematic for mine at the moment. Tolofo has been very, very good in Europe as well, as we've used a lot of these guys. Maybe Willemse in that second row. We brought him off flank. Come on. Haven't seen enough from him throughout these last 44 minutes or so. And I'm looking at this back row. Do we want to bring on an Underhill? Colisi's been good. Placente's been all right. Stunder we've not seen at all. And the Irishman, do we give him a few more minutes? I think we do, just in case we get some injuries. I don't want to cook all our gooses at once. So let's just leave a couple of tricks up our sleeve. Underway we go. Vakatawa chases out there. Marpe puts in a good head. It's a forward pass. Falair proves he is human after all.
Crouch.
And we don't get the changes. That is very interesting.
Set.
Nope. Forward pass isn't good enough for stoppage. On we go. Dupont feeds. Right, lads, let's get something done here. Bello holds it up, dummies, and finds Malin's up from fullback. Where's his pace? It's not there. It's really non-existent. DuPont, oh, that's a shocker. Absolutely disgusting tackle. Brilliance to brain fade from Alejandro Alonso. And there are the changes. Finally we see them. Yeah, Malins hasn't had a good night. He makes his way off as his Flancois and a few others. You saw the changes. What this does mean is that we are going for the corner. Oh my word! Oh, he's kicked it out! Oh, it's gone dead and goal! Bello! You clown! Well, that is a...
Crouch.
That is a serious chance wasted by Montpellier.
Sit.
And yes, we beat Bordeaux, but if we don't back it up here tonight, can very swiftly get away from us. Cabanel, Paella swaps directions. Good little bust away there from Lakafai, and he's gone down. And there's an injury. God, I hope we don't see any more of those because we've made subs. Oh, great. Yeah, for Kanuisa, brilliant. Argentinian powerhouse comes on, just what we need. Outstanding.
Crouch.
You just can't read about this
Bind.
stuff. The power of the bench of Toulon is just ridiculous. And if anything for this Toulon side, what a hit! Oh, that's brilliant! Oh, Stunder. Hit from the side, didn't see it coming, carving out brilliant. And there goes the chance straight away. 3 men to take down the pick and go. Another one, Gross, offloads, and now there's a bust from Alonso again. How is Minossi? Minossi is on fire! Demba Bumba in support as well. Much better at the back. Gross finding space. Oh!
Release.
Big tackle on Heritau. The hits are coming. The shots are fired from Montpellier. Gross again.
Advantage.
I don't know where their scrum half's gone. Carbonell's been dismissing an action. Has been sent off. Has someone been sent off? I don't even know anymore. Desperate to score points here. Eastsut getting involved. Gross did a lot of work there. Poor pass.
Bind.
Right at his knees. Not what he would have liked.
Sit.
Well, let's see if we can get Stunder a bit of a better platform here. This is right in centre field. Much better. Stunder. Runs. Stunder! Look at him go! Fending, charging his way through. Can't quite get the offload. Numbers to the right. DuPont wants it that way. Garado, great wide ball. Here's Laumape. Now Mapippi is there as well. Marcus Honor! Right wing. Superb! He's back. The king returns to his throne. A long injury layoff. Some poor form. But have a look at this. Short side was where it was at. Garado took it up, the short ball, and then gave it some depth. Lamape, the draw, and the pass, and nothing Smiley could do about that. Excellent finish, well executed play, and here he is, Marcus Zola, back in action. Game not over just yet, team. 21-15, let's make that 21-17. We've got 14 minutes to play, and Bello does not disappoint either. Great kick. We're back to a 4-point game. Where it was at halftime, both sides have added 7 points in the second 40 so far. Deep kick this one. Gerardo put down, good carry. Well kept in control there. Oh, DuPont, you've had a shocker. He's normally such a good kicker. I thought if he drove that down the tram tracks, we'll get some good yardage, but he's just screwed it straight off the boot. And that may be a big opportunity now to shut the gate for Toulon. They get it in the middle, nicely done from Rivaz. And it's hit up at the back from Tamani. Slow ball comes back, he's set. Following it round the back, moving forwards. What a run there, brilliant from Deprere. Now they're just 10 metres out. Deprere once more. Heavily involved this this time for Toulon. Is there another bite in this one? Another twist, another turn. Coming out back in the action. Wide, but Pimpe's going to work hard. But they can't stop the offload. And it's through for Daiquiri. And that may be enough for Toulon. Well, Mapimpi did all he could. He faced up to the music and he forced the big play. Alonso, I think it was, who put it perfectly on a platter. Paiawa, the way to Alonso, bang! Average from Minozzi at the back, you may say. He should have been up in that line, supporting Mapimpi. Alonso's been fantastic. He really has. Villiers, great on the right as well, but Daiquiri and Heritau have been hot and cold throughout the night. They've done some brilliant things, but also some shocking things. As the lead now stretches back out to 11. Montpellier needs to fight back. 5 minutes to play. What are we fighting for here, boys? A bonus point? It's about all we can really get. It really is. Sad state of affairs. Let's get that bonus at least. Up they all go. Villiers, too good in the air. And they switch it around. Sarah giving it off to Paiawa. So good. Toulon in the offload. When the game gets tough, they step it up a gear.
Release.
Sauer's been in everything tonight. Big try from him as well. That's wide. Villiers up on Raka. Well, Minozzi's not interested in this. I'm not sure why not. What the hell's going on there? Might not be a bonus point for us at all. We've got to do a miracle play. It won't come. What are they doing, Toulon? Just score the try, you idiots. Comical. Absolutely comical. What do we do at fullback? Toulon take the win. 11 points. The difference. That is emphatic. Scoreline doesn't represent the battle that this game was. But Toulon strike to the heart of Montpellier. Scoring at key moments of the game and also off nothing. That try to Alonso straight after half-time was a real dagger to the heart. We couldn't recover from that. Just 2 tries tonight. Toulon take a 5-point bonus point win over a very close rival. And that, for us, that is disappointingly poor. Sauri, Alonso, Daiquiri and Villiers scoring the tries for Toulon. And let's be honest, that is 3 exquisite backs tries and a cracker from the hooker as well. Carbonell flawless from the tee, 4 from 4. For Montpellier, Vakatawa and Mapimpi scored the tries. We've got to look at this team and make some changes. I'm a bit concerned about fullback now. Maitlands was average, beaten a few times tonight. And then Minozzi didn't do much at the back when he come on off the bench either, although he was superb on the wing in Europe. Speaking of superb on the wing, off the bench, Marcus Mapimpi. Where was Alvaretti Raka tonight? Didn't see enough from him on the left. Bello 2 out of 2 conversions and also picked up that penalty goal from just inside halfway. Where's the line breaks? Now, there they go. Third from the bottom. It was 3-2 at half-time. We made 1 second half line break. Toulon made 6. That sums up my game. That sums up my night. And that sums up today's episode. What an incredibly poor finish that was from Montpellier in today's episode. Unfortunately, we haven't picked up that win, and that will see us drop down the table. Sadly, we can't look at that said table because next up is 2 games against Lyon before we return against Pau and Brive for the next 2 fixtures in the top quarters. We finish up with Europe after Racing. We've got Clermont and Ospreys, and then we'll bring you that recap of the European adventure. Of course, we are defending champions, but the objective is to win Europe and to win the top quarters. Doesn't mean back-to-back, just to pick up the wins. I won't ruin what happened in the earlier European games. We did some good performances, and we did, of course, have an injury. That was to Tommaso Allen, so we will check that out before we wrap up. Other than that, though, good news from today. No one got injured. So, you know, take the good with the bad. I do concern Alvaretti Raka, so poor tonight. Laumape, frustrated, I feel. He got a couple of terrible passes to his face. He didn't want them, and he couldn't do much with them. Vakatawa, hot and cold. Drop ball would have been an easy run and try to start off our first half. Didn't get that way. And Thomas, yeah, let's not talk about him either. Malins, well, again, another poor one. Beaten by Alonso quite easily for that, I think, very decisive try in the second half. If he stopped that, the game was certainly still on for young and old. Injury-wise, right, Harris is still out for 31 days, as is Lopez, and it was about 14 weeks for Tommaso Allen. So we'll miss him for a wee while yet. And I think, yes, Ortiz did get injured in the European games as well, but he wasn't a starter, so it wasn't a huge loss to miss out on him. The rest of the team, though, is fit, and we'll go back to these sort of guys, the Ngundabis, the Kamadas, the Sankonis, the Geelongs, and the Bogenis. Those guys will play in Europe, and these other fellas will have a rest. But to be fair, gee, some of them should actually be playing. Mapimpi will start in our next game in the top quartiles. I think Minozzi probably deserves a little bit of a chance, as we might mix up their midfield as well. See what we can do with some of these players. It's hard, isn't it? It really is hard. Do we put Vakatawa on the wing, put Malins into there, and then put something like a Minozzi in at fullback, just to see how that affects the side? Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you all, of course, for our next top 14 fixture against Pau. And, of course, soon will be the European recap. Disappointment today, but we will bounce back. Until next time, thanks for tuning and watching. I'll see you all for the resumption of the top 14. Until then, take care.